Alright, what's up guys? NinjaDeathStrike here, bringing you some more Pokemon Showdown battles. Been a little while, I know. Couldn't get a video recorded last week because replays were down during the time I was home, and then I'm working out of town for the last half of the week, so I'm not able to record there. But they're back up today. I have one more day till I need to head out again, and I have some time to record. So we're going to do a couple matches. We are still in UU. I believe this is the last UU match I have. We're going to move to RU next week. I feel like I've said that a couple times and then actually had more UU, but pretty sure this is the last one. I'm going to be up here at the top for the first battle. My opponent's down here at the bottom. My team, you should be pretty familiar with now. We do still have Ambipom in over Mindshell for this set of battles. Pretty sure I took him out after this, but other than that, these guys are all of the guys that I've been using for the last month at least. My opponent's team looks almost like a 4th gen OU team, with the exception of Helio, whatever this thing is, Heliolops? I forget its name. That guy. Helio something. Fortress, probably pretty good. You know, it sets up rocks and it spins just like Donphan, so I imagine he's pretty good. I don't see him a whole lot, which is kind of surprising. Arcanine, who's very strong in UU. Tangrowth, also really good. And then we have Aerodactyl and Azelf, who are both fast. Azelf probably Scarfed. They tend to be, although he could be like a nasty plot Life Orb variant. Azelf is a Pokemon I've always been surprised doesn't do better than he does. He's just so fast. He's got great move pool, setup moves, utility moves. I don't know. I guess maybe his typing just lets him down, or he doesn't hit quite hard enough, but I'm always surprised that he's not around more than he is, so we'll have to keep an eye on him, see if he does anything in this match. He's going to lead with Fortress. I guess that is kind of the obvious lead, but a lot of people don't usually go for the obvious lead. I go for the fake out here. I find out that he has Rocky Helmet, which is interesting. Rocky Helmet's an item that is cool, but generally is just worse than Leftovers on most of the things you want to put it on, so still going to do some damage to Ambipom. Tangrowth here is going to knock off as Thorn switches in. It's going to crit. It's going to do a ton of damage, and then I'm going to get crit again and take over half, so that's cool. At least with Natural Order, a Natural Heal, I can get that sleep out of there, so basically I have a half-dead Roserade, which kind of sucks. I am going to be able to pass a Wish to it here, though, at the cost of letting him set up Stealth Rocks. Hopefully that's not going to be too big of a deal, as Tusker's at full health and going to be able to get rid of them. He switches in Tangrowth as I go into Donphan, which is a nice move on his part. And goes for Power Whip on Thorn. I switch Thorn in, A, because she has a super effective attack, and B, in case he wants to knock off again. He won't do that much damage, assuming that he doesn't crit me. So I do go for the Sludge Bomb twice in a row. A little predictable, I know, but on the off chance he stays in, I just want to kill him. Rest back up to full health, but then take a ton of damage from Gyro Ball, so I just can't seem to keep Thorn healthy on her own, which is a little annoying. That being said, she did significantly weaken Tangrowth, so I should be in pretty good shape if I do have to Death Fodder her off. So here we're just going to kind of have a utility showdown. We're both setting up rocks and spinning them away and kind of pinging each other. Now luckily Tusker has Earthquake, which means I don't actually have to touch Fortress in order to deal damage to him. I'm going to set up Stealth Rocks here as he switches into Azelf. That means I'm not going to get to spin, but I definitely feel like I came away from that better because of the Leftovers again, which was great. I also predict the trick, go into All Hands the Ambipom, get the Choice Scarf, which is fine with me. Choice Scarf Ambipom is going to be able to do some work, I guess, especially since, against a team like this where he really only has Aerodactyl to resist, and Aerodactyl's defenses are so thin. He's still going to take a lot of damage, so I basically have just resigned Ambipom to staying in and dying and dealing as much damage as he can. He takes out Fortress, he takes out Tangrowth, He's going to get some damage in on Aerodactyl here. Aerodactyl is trying to set up, and it's working. He goes for Roost, which is a major problem after he gets up a Hone Claws. Apparently Mega Aerodactyl has a bit more defense than I expected, but I'm going to have to switch into Boreas here, take that Stone Edge. Not well, it does over half, and that's max HP, max defense, Suicune, but I am very lucky. I get the burn. That's definitely matters. Otherwise he two-shots me, and I'm not sure how much health he has left after that, but he still is effectively going to be able to kill Boreas, as I'm not going to be able to set up or rest or anything like that after taking all the damage. So Azelf comes in, finishes off Boreas. It does give me an opportunity to switch into Whisper, who's basically going to wall Azelf all day, every day. Throw up a Wish, go for a foul play as he switches into Arcanine, which is great because Arcanine tends to have pretty high attack. And now Heliolisk comes in, that's its name. And he's only got 2 special attackers left, and he's just going to quit after calling me a moron for not using foul play continuously. He gets really salty at the end, which is funny. I don't get upset by people who get angry when they lose. I think they're funny because it's sad. So he calls me a moron and then quits, which is fun. I win, and win pretty handily. So that's going to be the first match. We'll go into the second now. I'm going to be up here at the top again. And my opponent is down here at the bottom. He has an interesting team. Pretty strong UU guys. Quagsire doesn't see a whole lot of play, but we have Florges and Blastoise. They're number 1 and 2 in UU for good reason. They're both very solid options that just take a lot of neutral hits and are pretty hard to kill. And then we have Mineshaw, Houndoom, who may be his Mega. It's hard to tell. Both of these guys could be Mega. I would assume Blastoise is, though, so Houndoom might just be a regular one. And then Nidoqueen, who is probably going to be one of his utility guys. I just need to try and watch out for this Florges Blastoise core. It's pretty hard to deal with, and if I can crack through it, I feel like I'll probably be okay. I also need to be aware of Quagsire because Quagsire can have Water Absorb, which is going to shut down a Suicune sweep while it's still alive. So those are going to be my priorities going into the match. He's going to lead with Houndoom, which is interesting. I'm going to lead with Ambipom because he makes a great lead. Again, with a Rocky Helmet. That's weird that I ran into it 2 matches in a row. And I am going to switch into Thorn into an Ice Punch, which is a great prediction for my opponent, and take over half damage. Luckily, I do have leftovers and I can Giga Drain, so I get a little bit of health back, but that hurt a lot. Switch into Whisper to take the predicted special attack here. Overheat does a laughable amount of damage, and then I heal a bunch of it off with leftovers. Throw up a Wish, go back into Thorn here, and he's going to predict her to come in again and kills me with a Psychic, so really nice plays for my opponent here in the opening. Definitely put me on the back foot. I've lost a major threat. Roserade actually threatened his team significantly, and now she's dead. So that's going to be a problem. It's going to make Blastoise a problem as well. I am going to be able to Toxic his Quagsire thanks to his own moves here, as the Synchronize is going to flash it back, and then I can Heal Bell off. Florges comes in, and I'm kind of having a little trouble dealing with it, especially without Roserade. That Psychic was really effective and well placed. Gonna go for a close combat here as he switches out. I do take down Quagsire, which is great. It means that Suicune can be a thing now, and Suicune can take on Florges one-on-one, which is a big deal. I now have a safe switch in, even though it cost me Arcanine. So we're gonna both switch in here after the double down. I'm going to get some decent damage on Nidoqueen and then switch into Tusker, who is going to take a ton of damage from that Earthquake, much more than I expected. And that means he's not going to be able to survive for that long. I can take down the Nidoqueen with Ice Shard, but just shy of killing him before, which is going to allow him to set up Stealth Rocks, and I'm slow enough that I'm not going to be able to spin before they die. So he goes into Blastoise here. I know that he can spin away my rocks. I predict that he will, which he does. Not really anything I can do with it except to go into Boreas and use that turn to start setting up. So He has to waste a turn to spin, and then I'm faster than him, so I get another boost up, and now he just can't really hurt me. So once again, we're going to see that Sleepy Coon just is a huge wall. But I get crit and I die, and that sucked. That definitely mattered, because Suicune wins the game otherwise. So that is the one problem with using setup sweepers. Sometimes you get crit and lose. I just can't handle the rest of his team without Suicune. Blastoise is doing a lot of damage, even to Whisper, almost 40% from that Water Pulse. So I'm not going to be able to take down his entire team single-handedly with Whisper, no matter how hard I try. I believe I'll probably... Oh, I'm still going to fight it out, but yeah, with Mind Chow, it's not going to happen, and I end up going down. So kind of sucks that I got crit there. I do feel like I win that game otherwise, because nothing on his team can really break through Suicune, but oh well, it happens, and it's a nice pair with the other video where the guy got mad about losing. Sometimes shit happens and you lose. Just deal with it. It's not a big deal, and I guess that was kind of the point of today's videos. I know I've mentioned it before, but just say again real quick. Just remember, it's a game. Lose with grace. Tell your opponent good game. Not a big deal. Like, I had a really... This chat box, I should have done the chat boxes up for this video. You know, the guy and I had a really nice chat, and when I got crit, it wasn't a big deal. No one yelled at anyone or called names. So, there you go. Just be aware that sometimes you lose, and it's not a big deal. That is the moral of today's videos. So, thumbs up if you guys liked them. Feel free to leave me a comment. Check out the links in the description. And as always, I'll have more coming your way shortly. Later, guys.